Today I'm in Olympia, the state capital of Washington State. Today I'm going to inform you on the process of how a bill becomes a law. Here at the Capitol, bills come and go on a daily basis.
This is Ryan.
It all starts with
Ryan
one
is
idea.
13 and has an idea. Ryan has been researching the topic of bills and noticed that Washington State does not have a state gastropod. What is a gastropod, you may ask? Gastropods are mollusks. An example would be snails or slugs.
I want to make the banana slug Washington State's gastropod. What should I do?
Well, first, you need to write your bill. After you do so, your bill needs to be introduced in the Senate or the House of Representatives. The 4-digit code assembled on your bill tells you where. If your bill is introduced in the Senate, the code will range from 5,000 to 7,999. But if it isn't introduced in the House of Representatives, your 4-digit number will range from 1,000 to 399. Do you want to know what happens next? Once your bill has been introduced, it will hopefully go to a standing committee. Let's say it was introduced at the Senate. Your bill will now be sent to the committee at the Senate. Here, the committee studies the bill and often holds public hearings on it. Later, the committee will need to consider the information your bill has gathered. If your bill is well written and holds important value, your bill may be approved. Well, the committee will eventually report back to the Senate. There, if the majority is in favor with the bill as introduced or with certain amendments, the committee recommends the bill for passage. Following that, the committee report is read in open session of the Senate, and the bill is then referred to the Rules Committee.
I understand. So after the Rules Committee thing,
Exactly. Your bill will be put on calendar for a second reading for debate before the entire body, or the committee will take no action.
That once my bills have been put on calendar for a second reading,
Yes
my bill's
and
subject
yes.
to amendment?
Your bill will
Does it
be
ever go
subject
back
to
the
amendment
Rules
and your bill will eventually go back to the Rules Committee. It eventually goes back to the Rules Committee because it must receive a favorable vote before being placed on the third reading calendar for final passage. However, this referral to Rules is often bypassed by vote of the Senate and the bill is placed on a final passage immediately following its second reading. After passing in the Senate, the bill will go through an almost identical procedure in the House. If your bill is passed in the House, the Senate must concur in the amendments or ask the House to remove them. If the Senate does not accept the change in the bill and the House insists on the change, a conference committee may be requested to work at the differences.
So if a conference committee has the power to work from the proposed amendments or a new bill, does that mean
Yes,
there
you see, when the conferers reach an agreement, they report to their respective houses. Then their report is either adopted or rejected without any changes. Well, the bill is passed by both houses. The bill is then signed by the governor and the Speaker of the House in open sessions of each body, and then is sent for the governor's signature. Finally, within the 5 days, the legislature is still in session, or 20 days after the adjournment. The governor may sign the bill or veto all or any section of it. The legislature can override the veto by 2/3 vote of both houses. But if the government fails to act on the bill, it becomes a law without a signature. Yes, that is how it would become
Is
a
it a
law.
law?